In today's video, I'll be going over lots of new VR games coming this July, and I'm sure you don't need reminding, but some of these release dates are obviously subject to change. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more VR content, and consider supporting the channel by becoming a patron or a YouTube channel member using the links in the video description. Firstly, we need to discuss what's happening with Vrider SBK, which got released apparently by accident on the PlayStation Store for around $40, when it's supposed to be actually $30, which is still above the $20 it costs on Quest, and so far hands-on impressions indicate we could well be looking at an incorrect build uploaded by Sony. At least that's what I hope, with some reports of low resolution, lots of jaggies due to aliasing, and frame drops. So definitely hold off till we get some review keys and hopefully a new build, because the Quest version of SBK is pretty impressive. But if you are a Quest owner looking for something with a similar vibe, check out V-Racer Hoverbike, which is actually really good, and it's coming to PSVR2 at some point in the future. And you can find my full review on the channel, which I posted only a few days ago. Next up, we have Cyan World's Firmament coming to PS5 and PSVR2 on July the 2nd. Firmament is a puzzle adventure game by the legendary game studio who brought us Myst and Riven, featuring deep storytelling and world building. There is 3 unique realms and more to explore, and it features a steampunk aesthetic, calling itself a feast for the eyes. It was released on Steam way back in 2023 with VR support, and it has a 70% positive rating. But either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what the developers do for the PSVR2 version. On July the 10th, we have Crave on PSVR2, which is already available on the MetaQuest store in early access. So I jumped in and checked it out, and I came away mildly impressed. The graphics are nice, and exploring the tunnels will give you a great sense of claustrophobia, especially when you have to hold your breath by holding down the triggers to get through some very tight spaces. And if you release the triggers too early, your lungs will expand and will get you crushed, which I thought was pretty cool. The lighting was particularly good, but the build I played only had 3 or 4 levels, which is more like a tutorial, and the main menu only showed 7 levels in total, so I thought it was best to hold off on making a video until all the content is available, which I'm hoping will be available on July the 10th. There is also a horror mode, which involves some spiders if that's something you want to try, but hopefully all the content will be available, as I said, very soon. On July the 10th, there's a brand new mixed reality game called Jungle Man, and it's coming to Quest, and it will turn your home into a vine swinging obstacle course, and it features procedurally generated courses and challenges with 3 realms to conquer, and you can pre-order it right now for around $9. Also on July the 10th, we have the sequel to Prison Boss called Prison Boss Prohibition, and it's coming to Quest and Steam, with a PSVR2 version coming at a later date. Prison Boss is a business simulator of sorts set in New York, where everything from cigarettes, alcohol to adult magazines has been outlawed, and your job is to make and sell this illegal contraband without getting caught. And you can also play it in co-op, which could be very fun in VR. Chess Club, which I believe launched on Quest at some point last year, is coming to PSVR2 on the 18th of July, and going by the MetaQuest store listing, there will be 4 environments to play in VR, and on Quest you get a mixed reality mode. You can challenge your friends, face off against AI, and you can compete against other chess enthusiasts around the world. On Quest you can actually play it using hand tracking, obviously alongside controllers, so hopefully that will also come to the PSVR2 version. Le Mans Ultimate, the officially licensed racing game from the FIA World Endurance Championship, will be getting full VR support on July the 22nd, when it leaves early access on PCVR. It features laser scan circuits from 7 world destinations, 12 licensed cars from Toyota, Ferrari, Porsche, Cadillac and Peugeot, and more via DLC, with over 100 livery variations. And alongside the hypercars, there is also competing classes with famous brands like Aston Martin and Corvette. On July the 23rd, we have Elemental Towers, and it's coming to Steam and Quest, and best describes itself as a dynamic adventure in a world of magic, blending puzzle elements with arcade gameplay. You must rebuild towers while defending against dragons while mastering ancient elemental runes. You must combine blocks and strategically place elemental runes to create powerful synergies that boost your tower during battle. There's a campaign mode and an upcoming multiplayer mode for one-on-one duels. Next we have Requisition VR, which is coming to Quest at some point in July. It's a post-apocalyptic PvP and PvE first-person zombie shooter, which came to PCVR well over a year ago, and from memory, it was pretty fun, especially as this game's unique hook is being able to create your own weapons from pretty much anything you can find in the game's environment. But when the game fully released on Steam, it was met with mixed reviews, with most stating the developers haven't fixed many of the bugs, including infinite loading screens. But on the positive side, players who do play it state it's a fun game to play with friends. Besiege VR, which currently has a summer release date on MetaQuest, is a full-on physics sandbox battler with a 50-stage campaign, and it's coming to VR hopefully this month. You have to construct medieval machines like catapult tanks and giant mechs to destroy your enemy's army. It's got overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, which makes me think this could actually be good, and looking at the flat screen trailers makes me think this could be an absolutely perfect fit for VR, but there's currently no mention if the online multiplayer will also release in the VR version. SCP-087, the Stairwell to Horror, is now listed on PSVR2 with a release date of July the 30th, and is described as a psychological horror game. Players must explore seemingly endless dark stairwells, encountering an unsettling atmosphere and auditory hallucinations. The game is known for its minimalist approach, relying on atmosphere and psychological unease rather than any jump scares. This is personally giving me a Pulse VR vibe with some horror elements, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it shapes up. And finally, a game that released on Steam VR and Quest in 2024, which obviously I completely missed, called Space Drop, is coming to PSVR 2, also maybe in July. In Space Drop, you must leap from spaceships into warp tunnels, moving at extreme speeds, and you must avoid obstacles, maneuver through space gates, collect pickups, and challenge yourself to become the best space jumper in the universe. This actually looks like a very old style VR game, but that doesn't mean it won't be fun, and we'll have to wait and see. And before I let you go, a quick reminder that Upload VR have a summer showcase going live on July the 11th, and I'll be streaming it if you want to join in and hang out with the VR community. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Let others know what you're looking forward to down in the comments, and obviously if I missed anything, and please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.